Good afternoon. I'm Ted Langdell in the Yuba-Sutter.live newsroom with a tornado warning for Yuba and Nevada counties from the National Weather Service. And we are looking at the National Weather Service alert page, and we'll put the information up along the bottom of the screen here so that you can easily read it. But at about 2:24, the National Weather Service issued a bulletin with an EAS activation requested, indicating that a tornado warning was being issued for central Yuba County and west central Nevada County here in Northern California until 3:15 p.m. At 2:24, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Timbuctoo, or 14 miles west of Grass Valley, and was moving east at 15 miles an hour. The hazard is a tornado and quarter-sized to 1-inch hail. Radar indicated rotation. Flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed, according to the National Weather Service, and you can expect to see damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles, and tree damage. They were expecting the storm to be near Lake Wildwood right around 2:40, and I'm not sure why they're mentioning Sweetland Delavan National Wildlife Refuge, which are out in the middle of the valley, but it could be near Dobbins in about 7 minutes. We're going to pull up the radar here in a minute and see if we can get a little better impact. Other areas that could be impacted by this tornado thunderstorm include Loma Rica, Nevada City, and Penn Valley. The National Weather Service is recommending that you take cover now by moving to a basement or interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building, and avoid windows. If you are outdoors or in a mobile home or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. Torrential rainfall is occurring with this storm, according to the National Weather Service, and it may lead to flash flooding, and they recommend that you do not drive your vehicle in that area. We again are carrying on a tornado warning here on behalf of the National Weather Service. Let's see if we can pull up the radar here. This is the severe alert that came over the phone, our cell phone, and we still do not see anything on the National Weather Service Facebook page. But we are seeing, and we are not able to access the Weather Service's Sacramento page. But this is what we're seeing here, and we're going to put the alert up again here. So there is a tornado warning, and the activity could be headed for Timbuctoo, Lake Wildwood, Dobbins. This is the National Weather Service. They have announced or asked for a EAS alert. And we're trying to bring up the National Weather Service and radar. Okay, now we are seeing this hazardous tornado warning, and I'm trying to get there are some other, this was at 2:14, another announcement. A severe thunderstorm will impact southeastern Butte, central Yuba, and west central Nevada counties through 3. I guess they are not clear on where this is going. Let's see if we can pull up the Let's see if we can pull up the radar here so we get a little bit better idea about what's going on. Just takes me a little bit to do this in a hurry on short notice. We're trying to pull up the radar from National Weather Service to see what's going on. Right now we're going to take a look at where it appears they are saying this storm system should be moving. Timbuctoo is where Highway 20, or is near where Highway 20 crosses the Yuba River, right here. And they're indicating that here's 30-mile-an-hour winds that they've been having at a PG&E station on Scott Forbes Road, and it appears they're expecting this storm to move somewhere along in this direction and could be up in Dobbins up in a short period of time. Let's see if I can get the radar to come up. This is not a good time for the National Weather Service Sacramento page not to be available. Again, we are looking at this warning that was issued about half an hour ago, indicating that a tornado could be moving from the area of Timbuctoo near where Highway 20 crosses the Yuba River. And Penn Valley could be affected by that. Let's see, radar. And it looks like the link to local radar is down. Okay, here's radar. And we're not being able to do it that way. So this is what the radar is showing as of 2:52, and we'll put it in motion for you. This is National Weather Service. And this would appear to be the storm that they're talking about. Again, the National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning through 3:15. We're going to put up the information on a loop here at the bottom of the screen so that you're able to keep an eye on what it is that we were bringing information about. And apparently we've got to change something here. Okay, it should loop now. There we go. So we're going to zoom in a little bit to try to give you a little bit more So it looks like this storm is moving in the direction of Oregon House and along the county line. We saw one very red cell here, right about there, just north of Englebright Lake. This is Browns Valley down here where my cursor is moving. There is Sweetland, North San Juan. Bullard's Bar is up here towards the top. So if you have some pictures of what's going on, in fact, we're going to go try to pull up a different radar here, or different images. Just need to kind of scoot to a different way. This is the storm that the National Weather Service is alerting people to until 3:15. A tornado warning in Yuba and Nevada counties, eastern Yuba and western Nevada County. The activity could be going from near the Timbuctoo area to Lake Wildwood and Dobbins. Looks like it's moving up the county line and the South Fork of the Yuba River. This warning was in place until 3:15 this afternoon. You can see the most dangerous activity in this area. The most recent radar image about 2 or 3 minutes ago. You can see the red activity that just passed through between Englebright, Stanfield Hill, and going up the river towards Oregon House and Dobbins. So if you're in that area, do be careful. We're going to change our screens here just a moment or two here. Let's see if I can pull up something else here. We are bringing you information about a tornado warning. And this is, to be truthful, the first time that we've had to do this. The National Weather Service asked for a EAS alert. We are in the process of trying to get a different screen up here. We'll go back to radar here in just a minute. Okay, this is the map that we really wanted to see, so give me a moment here. This is where this, we're looking at, it looks like Beale Air Force Base, the Beale Air Force Base Weather Service radar, and we'll set this in motion here, and you can see where this warning area is. We'll back it up just a little bit. So here's Oregon House, Dobbins. And it looks as though perhaps this warning has been allowed to expire. Either that or the... We'll slow it down a little bit. But there is that storm system that was moving through. So this is the tornado warning radar that we're seeing. Let's see if this warning has expired. Okay, so this is how that appears on the hazards and weather data viewer to show you what we're looking at here. Tornado warning as of 2:53 p.m. is still active for the next 7 minutes, remains in effect until 3:15 for west central or for central Yuba and west central Nevada counties. Currently 47 degrees at the Colgate Powerhouse, 23 miles an hour wind, and 43 down in the Scotts Flat Road area. Oregon House reporting 8-mile-an-hour winds at the PG&E sensor on Meadow Valley Road, 41 degrees up there. So we're not seeing a lot of wind in this area, at least according to the more recent updates here. We'll refresh that and turn the hazards back on. Yes, that's still there. And we'll go back to showing you the radar here. That red area is the warning area. And we'll layer the radar over that. Just so you get an idea of what this looks like. So we're waiting for some things to load here on the loop. Fountain House Road in the Dobbins area. Was reporting at 3 p.m. 37 degrees and 2 miles an hour. Another sensor on Clark Ranch Way, 41 degrees and 6-mile-an-hour winds. So looks like temperatures are still in the 40s, nearing the refrigerator zone, but we're not seeing large numbers of wind speed in that area. This is the view from the what's called the Beale radar, which is actually up at the Oroville Municipal Airport, just west of Oroville. This warning is set to expire about 2:15. If you have any information from up in the area that is affected here, you can certainly send us a Facebook message or a text message to, actually Facebook Messenger would work well if you're on Facebook. If you have pictures, we'd be interested in seeing those as well. This warning is set to expire at 3:15. It looks as though the area for that warning has changed a bit. We'll try to get an update on that. It looks as though it's been extended a little bit to the east and to the south, at least according to what we're seeing on the radar from National Weather Service. And we'll try to get an update on the conditions that they are looking at. And we'll update this as of 3:10. We'll update the crawl at the bottom, and we'll read the information here, so get the right piece of info here. Okay, that is the Okay, so at 3:12, the National Weather Service allowed this warning to expire. We'll take these pieces of information down. We're going to continue to show you this radar here. They indicated that the storm that prompted the warning has weakened below severe limits and no longer appears capable of providing a tornado or producing a tornado. But small hail, funnel clouds, and gusty winds will still be possible with this thunderstorm, and a special weather statement remains in effect through 4 p.m., so that's another 40 minutes from now. And we're watching the progression of this particular storm. We're going to try to copy and paste this special weather statement and post it here. Our system is not doing what we expect it to do with copying and pasting right now, but hopefully this will work. So I'll read the Weather Service statement that we're trying to paste into the ticker along the bottom. The special weather statement was issued at 3:10 this afternoon for the northeast foothills of the Sacramento Valley, the Mother Lode, the central Sacramento Valley, and the west slope of the northern Sierra Nevada. Strong thunderstorms will impact southeastern Butte, southwestern Sierra, east central Yuba, and northwestern Nevada counties through 4 p.m. At 3:09, Doppler radar was tracking a cluster of strong thunderstorms over Sweetland, which is about 8 miles northwest of Grass Valley, moving east at 20 miles an hour. The hazardous wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour and half-inch hail. This is radar indicated. The impact is that gusty winds could knock down tree limbs and blow around unsecured objects. There is minor hail damage to vegetation possible. The locations impacted include Stanfield Hill, which is on the western side of, you get old, you can't pull up the information, but Stanfield Hill by Collins Lake, Cherokee, Sweetland, Oregon House, Dobbins, Bald Mountain Summit, Scotts Flat, the White Cloud Campground, which is quite a far piece from Grass Valley and Nevada City up on Highway 20. Also Pike, Camptonville, Frenchtown, Nevada City, and Lake Wildwood. And the Weather Service is recommending that if you are outdoors, you consider seeking shelter inside a building. The conditions are favorable for the development of weak, brief funnel clouds. This type of funnel cloud is harmless, they say, but on rare occasions they can briefly touch down, producing wind gusts of over 50 miles an hour. If a funnel cloud is spotted, move indoors and report your sighting to the National Weather Service. Frequent cloud-to-ground lightning is occurring with this storm. Lightning can strike 10 miles away from a thunderstorm. They say seek a safe shelter inside a building or vehicle, and this special weather statement will end at about 4 o'clock this afternoon. So we're still trying to get this to copy and paste into our little ticker that will run at the bottom of the screen. And we're going to try looking around at some of the fire cameras to see if they will show us anything of what's going on. Maybe it's going to work now. All this wonderful technology, and it works at 9 o'clock for the Yuba Water Agency meeting, and then you find you've got some issues, or when you're setting up for the upcoming Yuba City Council and Marysville City Council meetings that are coming up at 6 o'clock tonight. So let's try this again and see if we can get it to work. Then we will maybe. Well, let's try closing it and open it again. So what you're seeing in red is this area for the special. Here we go. Let's make sure it's the correct one. Nope, that was the one from 224. So we don't want that. Try another way of doing this. Okay, there we go. So here is the special weather statement that the Weather Service issued at 4 o'clock this afternoon, or 3:10 this afternoon, and runs through 4 o'clock. And we're going to see if we can pull up some weather cameras. And see what's going on around the area here. There is snow expected to be up in the mountains 1 to 2 feet above 4,000 feet, locally up to 3 feet with the highest peaks, and locally or light accumulations of 1 to 3 inches are possible down to 3,000 feet. So that could mean some snow up in the Camptonville area. This is what the Weather Service was telling us about. You can get some idea. This is Yuba County, Upper Yuba County, along Nevada County in here, Placer County, all going up towards Interstate 80 in Reno. This is the current radar that we're seeing off of the Beale radar, which is located at the Oroville Airport, and looking across some of the peaks there. But you can see this statement area originally was a tornado warning, and it seems as though in the later indications that we're seeing. All right, let's take a look at what's going on. This is Bar Ranch here. I'll give you an idea about where Bar Ranch is. This is Bar Ranch in Loma Rica. We'll take that camera. This is the Bar Ranch in Loma Rica looking to the southeast, and we can do a 360-degree scan, I believe. This was 6 minutes ago. And let's go take a look at the Collins Lake Jacob's Ladder camera here. This tends to look towards the dam, but doesn't necessarily include the dam. This is right here. And there is Collins Lake. This is the 360-degree view, so you'd be looking at the streets that are up on the hill. This is above. Again, we're looking at Collins Lake from the Jacob's Ladder camera about 47 seconds ago. So this is pretty current weather. This is in the middle of the pan. Looking now out across the valley towards the south, and then back towards Beale Air Force Base, Marysville, and Yuba City. And let's go see what's happening up in the Dobbins area. This is Oregon Peak. Oregon Peak is just east of Dobbins. It's that tall range or crest that you have to go around coming up out of Dobbins before you drop into the Bullards Bar Reservoir area. We'll wait for this to load, and as you can see, this is up at about 3,100 feet, and it is rather cloudy. We'll take a 360-degree view here. Elevation 3,366 feet, and this is 39 seconds ago. So you see the towers, various communications towers that are there. Not a lot to see aside from them. Other than it is a bit rainy up there. And this is looking over in the direction of the lake. That would be Bullards Bar Reservoir. Now let's take a look at Bullards Bar from the Siller Brothers Tower, which is in the Greenville area. And this is what the camera was showing a minute and 35 seconds ago. And we'll take a look at the camera that's usually aimed at the lake. Kind of give you an indication in the last 10 minutes what the storm has looked like here. And in the last hour, let's take a look. This is looking generally in the direction of Bullard's Bar Reservoir. At least this is where this camera normally is aimed. And this is what the weather looked like in the last 2 hours there. We're going to take a look and see what this storm is doing now. Looks like it has bypassed the Dobbins area for the moment, but we're seeing the corner here is into Nevada City, down south of Nevada City towards the airport, just east of Grass Valley. It seems to be in the vicinity of Birchville, Bridgeport, passing over part of Englebright. It's definitely south of Bullard's Bar, Dobbins, and Oregon House, but people that may be up on the ridges there could look down and see this go by. See if we can find a camera that is likely to see this storm. They all seem to be pointed in the wrong direction. Well, let's see. Let's see what Bar Ranch does. Okay, this is the Bar Ranch camera. Give you an idea of where it is. It's down south of French Corral. And one camera is looking west. That would be that one. Let's see what happens when we look at this for the last half hour. This is Alert California, which is providing a network of cameras around California and elsewhere, operated through UC San Diego with various sponsors including PG&E and others that provide the different cameras. This is what that area looks like right now as we do a 360-degree sweep. If we pull this camera up here, this is the wide shot. This is 2,136 feet elevation, and you can see the Yuba River Canyon down here towards the bottom of the screen. So looks like the cloud cover is a little bit higher than 2,100 feet. And this is the storm that's been passing through. Zoom back a little bit, get an idea of where it's come from, where it's going, and what else may be in the pipeline. Englebright Lake is roughly in the middle of the picture here. And it's gone past that and is going kind of northeast. Looks like there is a cell that may hit Dobbins with some rain. This special weather statement that the Weather Service provided and that we're running on the ticker down below will expire in about 20 minutes. And we've been watching the Beale radar. Trying to get the Sacramento radar in a high resolution mode. This is what that looks like with some of the storm information laid over it. And we'll set this into motion. This was from 3 o'clock through the period when the tornado warning was being issued, and that was allowed to expire about 3:15. So now it's a warning about the potential for occasional funnel clouds that could touch down and some high winds that would accompany those, but you'll see that the area of the warning. This is back to the Beale radar. And this is a broader view of the activity that we've been seeing in the area, say from Sacramento and Woodland on up towards Red Bluff, and from the Mendocino area, Clear Lake area, out into the middle of Nevada. That's this map here. Let's take a look at the Penn Valley camera, kind of get an idea what this storm looks like from the south. Jeannie Pittman, I'm sure, would be interested in that. So this looks like Highway 20 down along here. And we'll go full screen and put this into motion for the last hour, just so you get an idea of what this storm looked like as it moved through. Boy, you see a little bit of wind whirling around over there, don't you? Just now. Play that again. This is at an elevation of 1,955 feet from the south side of Penn Valley looking north. And this is Bar Ranch, which is east of Nevada, or actually between Nevada City. Zoom in here as close as we can. This is basically south of French Corral on a ridge up above the South Fork of the Yuba River. We'll show you the map here just to give you an idea. So there's the South Fork of the Yuba River. Highway 49 goes up this way towards North San Juan and Camptonville. And this is looking at more like the confluence of the Yuba River, the South Fork, where it meets the combined Middle and North Fork, which would be at the upper end of Collins, or not Collins, but tell you, this getting old is getting old. Englebright, that's what I'm trying to think of. So let's take a look here. Let's go back to Bar Ranch and see what we see from there for the last, say, 15 minutes, what that has looked like. This is at an elevation of 2,136 feet, so it's kind of like right of where the cloud layer is. And in the last 3 hours before this tornado alert started, this is what it was looking like up there. Not another 13 minutes before this special alert or special weather statement is going to expire, unless they put something else out. And we'll go back and look at this is the area that the initial tornado warning issued about 2:24, and then a special warning area, or I should say a special weather statement. That's what I'm trying to say. And this is Oregon Peak about 2 minutes ago. We'll kind of give you a 360-degree look from up the peak. This would be kind of looking over in the direction about now of Bullard's Bar. There is the lookout that was built in 1935, and the towers for radio communication that have been built since then. Kind of looks like the lake over there. And looking down the Yuba River Canyon. We'll see if the Sutter Buttes camera is up. Doesn't look like it is working at this point, which is too bad, because we might be able to get a look at what the valley looks like. This is Payne's Peak looking into Loma Rica. This camera is aimed basically at Marysville and Yuba City, so if we pull this up full screen and look at the last half hour, somebody had a little fire going. Get a chance to see what the wind was doing in the last half hour. Payne's Peak is only 341 feet above ground, or above sea level, I should say. And in Oregon House, you're kidding me. You're trying to tell me they have snow in Oregon House? Well, this is Oregon House at 2,339 feet, and that looks a lot like snow to me. So maybe this storm really gave them a dusting of something. Let's take a look and see here. We'll actually pull up the camera here and go back and look at the last 3 hours. Maybe Charles Sharp will send me a text message and let me know what he experienced in the Dobbins, Oregon House area. Well, by gosh, I think that's hail. There we are. Hailstorm in Oregon House. We'll look at that again. This is the last 3 hours from right about now at the 2,339 foot elevation as this storm moved through. You saw it here, folks. This is the initial warning that was issued by the National Weather Service about potential tornado activity ranging from Timbuctoo going up in into the Dobbins area, and a special warning weather statement, a special weather statement. That's what you see cruising along the bottom of the screen right now. But this storm dumped what appears to be a good bunch of hail on the ground at about 2,339 feet, but you see it down below in along what I think is Rice's Crossing Road down here. Let's go to the wide shot and take a look at what this looks like here. This is Oregon House up on the peak. And this would be looking towards the north, and over that way would appear to be in the direction of Dobbins. And this was about a minute ago, this picture taken. So these are the various cameras that you can find through Alert California. We've looked at Penn Valley. We've also looked at the High Plateau camera. Let's take a look at this. This is looking over the an upper section of Englebright from the west. You can see the lake down there. Let's look at the last couple of hours as we see a good bit of rain and cloud cover come through. No funnel clouds or low-flying hand people. And this weather statement the Weather Service issued about 3:15 is going to expire in about another 5 minutes. We'll keep looking around, update you on what may happen. This is what the storm is doing now, and you'll see the area of the warning that was allowed to expire. This is the Jacob's Ladder camera on the west side of Collins Lake about a minute 40 seconds ago, and we'll do a scan of the lake just to kind of show you what the weather looks like up that way. Looking now past the lake and a hillside over towards the Sacramento Valley, Beale Air Force Base, Penn Valley, that sort of thing right there. There are the Sutter Buttes right here in the middle of the picture. beginning to look as though this storm is clearing off. And this special weather statement the National Weather Service had issued about 40 minutes ago is going to expire at about 3:57, or about 4 o'clock, I should say. We'll go back and take a look at a couple of other cameras. This is looking over in the direction of Oregon House from the Bar Ranch camera number 1. As the storm continues to move through. Quite a bit of swirling winds, and you can see that antenna tower moving quite a bit in the wind there. Give you the last hour of what the storm has been doing. This is viewed from the 2,136-foot elevation above sea level, right about where the cloud tops were. And we'll go check the National Weather Service and see if there is still a special weather statement. So it looks like this 310 weather statement that we've been tickering across the bottom of our screen is going to be allowed to expire as planned at 4 o'clock. Which it just has, so we'll pull that off the screen. And you have been watching a special program from Yuba-Sutter.live. Tornado warning for Yuba and Nevada counties. All of that has passed. The activity could have been near Timbuctoo, headed for Lake Wildwood and Dobbins, but that storm has cleared. And the special weather statement and other activities that were related to it have been allowed to expire. So we're happy about that. We'll check and see if there were any reports of damage. It did put, I want to say, let's get back over to where we can go to Oregon House. It did put some hail, some serious hail, into Oregon House. And we'll take a look at that before we take our leave of you. That is the Oregon House camera. We'll go full screen with it and take a look at the last 2 hours worth of the storm as it blew through from 2 o'clock and triggered a potential tornado warning. You can see the hail falling at the 2,339-foot elevation, leaving a good bit of hail on the ground in Oregon House. And for all we know, it did the same up in Dobbins. We'll try to do a little checking with some people up that way and let you know. Word about what else is coming up today on Yuba-Sutter.live. Let us put that up. Whoop. Here we go. So this week right here on Yuba-Sutter.live tonight, coming up, we will have the 6 o'clock Yuba City Council regular meeting. That will be on a stream that will be, we should have it available on both our YouTube and Facebook channels. Facebook is not allowing us to do simultaneous streams at this point. So the Marysville City Council meeting will possibly be only on our YouTube channel. We'll start the Yuba City channel or the Yuba City feed early so that it does come up. This is Oregon House with the hailstorm, and we'll have a very short Marysville meeting that basically is going to be call to order, Pledge of Allegiance, public comments if any, and then a approval of the consent calendar, on which there are a number of items, but nothing major aside from just the final approval of the General Plan 2025 or 2050 rather, and the downtown specific plan. That people can comment on that if they want, but these actions were heard at the meeting 2 weeks ago, and gone a lot of detail on what these new plans for land development and other use of and development of downtown Marysville and the city itself will look like. And then the council will adjourn. It's been quite a 7-day period for folks in the city of Marysville and the city officials. The Yuba City Council has a number of things going on, including approving some development of the Water Tower Plaza Park and improvements to the ability of keeping Plymouth Street clean with some trash receptacles between Bridge Street and Highway 20, and also several other things. And you can take a look at the agenda link that I believe we have in our text above and below the video that you may be watching now. So those are some things going on. Yuba-Sutter.live. If you would like to see more of these kinds of things, please do us a favor and watch Yuba-Sutter.live. Whoops, that's not what we want to do. This is what we want to put up. Please like, follow, subscribe, and share these live streams. And if you have the inclination to do so, we would welcome your financial support, and there are some ways that you can do that as well. So we appreciate your watching here on Yuba-Sutter.live.
Yuba-Sutter.live. It's the truth that comes through.
This has been a special presentation.